this is the Real Aquarian here. I'm doing the monthly read for Leo. So let's just go ahead and jump right in and see what we got for the month. As always, I ask that you like, share, comment, and subscribe. And shout out to my Leos. How are we doing? Be it day or night, I hope everything is well. I hope you're having a good crack at life. And if not, I sincerely hope it improves sooner rather than later. So let's see what we got for Leo. Alright. Alright, Leo. For the month. Okay. Oh. Oh, okay. All right. All right. I was getting a little worried there. Okay. All right, Leo. Isn't it just like Leo to pull the Queen of Swords? For some reason, lately, y'all been needing to be reminded consistently how strong and capable you are. To be reminded that, you know, you already possess the power. You know, you need to move forward through any kind of situation. But I'm happy to remind you. So what I see for the month, Leo, is a battle, a conflict. Now, I would add to that, it's for the best. It's not aspected in a bad way. All in all, the month has the potential of being really, really good. But a conflict, a inner conversation needs to happen. And so let me frame it for you this way. In this corner, we have the mind. We have not letting go of something that has made a mark upon you. And I mean a mark on you that was not in a positive way. This is a negative mark. And so we cannot let this go. And as a result, it not only causes an uprising of deep emotions, and we're talking full spectrum here, but it causes deep emotions sort of running their course through you over and over and over again in phases. But it gets to a point in the month where the fixation on whatever this is that stays ever in the mind's eye, it begins to affect your clarity of thought when thinking on the past. But not only that, it will not only affect the past, but who's to say it's not going to affect your future? If you don't face a truth, and that's what the Seven of Cups in reverse is about, facing a truth. If you don't face this truth, you have a situation where, you know, you only go further down the rabbit hole. Your perspective, your perception, none of this is clear. It's kind of hazy, and so it's not really, you know, 100% reliable. And in this corner, you have instincts. You know, that inner self, that inner knowing, the need to take that leap of faith in yourself. The problem that I'm seeing here, like I said, you guys keep needing to be reminded of how strong and capable you are. The problem that I'm seeing here with the instinct side of this is the fact that this requires, when it comes to instincts, it requires trust in yourself. And there's a lack of trust in yourself, in your instincts, in your gut, in your, you know, that inner voice. You're not really tapping into it. And so the need to do so, because you have this battle, who's gonna win out? Who's gonna be at the forefront of this? Is it going to be the mind that's going to fixate and kind of steer you in this negative, you know, cyclical pattern? Or is it going to be the instincts and the need to, you know, it will pose a challenge, but the need to tap back into your gut, tap back into the instinctual inner self that typically doesn't steer you astray, typically is very blunt with, you know, how you should go about things, how you feel things out, your spidey sense, if you will. So we have these two corners, and we have this inner conflict, and we have this battle going on. But part of the answer this month to this conundrum of two opposing forces that are both very powerful in their own right, but the answer for this month kind of comes from the fact that not only do you need to be reminded of the power and capability and strength and determination and focus and positivity that you can, that you not only possess, but that you can use. It's an untapped wisdom, an untapped knowledge through life experiences. You have been through much, and it has taught you much. And sometimes it's okay to go into the past to kind of get the answers, to kind of remember events, remember circumstances that you had to learn from, good or bad. Those are those moments of wisdom that you carry with you throughout life. This is about having to trust your instincts once more, to be able to kind of bosh the overpowering effect that the mind is currently going to be having this month by tapping into the inner wisdom, inner knowing, inner life experience that you already possess. Again, reminding you that you already have this, but it's going back to life experience and what you've learned so far that will better prepare you to take that leap of faith, better prepare you to trust your instincts. And like I said, it will be a challenge. It is a battle, an inner conflict, but it is necessary, because this isn't good. Fixation on the past in a negative way, where it just sits on your brain, whether it's at the forefront or in the back of your mind, it's there. But not being able to let go, not being able to move forward from this, lacks wisdom. There is wisdom in being able to move on, wisdom in being able to move forward. And it's not just through intellectual thought process. It has to do with life experience. It has to do with your instincts. But if there's a lack of trust in your instincts, it's that much harder to take a leap of faith. So what I would say is, remember through your life experiences, what kind of strength it took to overcome said obstacles, and what strength you possess now as a result of these instances. Like I said, emotional, psychological, physical, whatever left its mark. So in trusting our instincts, in taking that leap of faith this month, you are reasserting your trust not only in yourself, in your inner self, but understanding that you are worthy of the good things that come as a result of this. It's good to think things through. It's good to have an intellectually positive mindset. But at the end of the day, actions are what determine your destiny. And so trusting in your instincts and fully committing to being present versus fixation on the past is an action in itself. And that is for the positive. That will lead you forward. It will be a challenge, but at the end of the day, only good things come. At the end of the day comes further inner power, further wisdom, further strength. These are gifts in themselves, but the Ace of Coins oftentimes just indicates gifts in general. So you have gifts, you have money. It's hard to say exactly, I can't give you a exact amount, but finances are better aspected for the month. But what I'm getting here overall is it's not so much about money. It's more about the gifts that you get from self, the gifts of inner wisdom, the gifts of, inner intellect, but but to a point. Like I said, the mind is a great and powerful thing until it isn't, because that power is like a double-edged sword. It can go both ways. The mind can do wonderful things for you, imagination, creativity, all these awesome things. But at the same time, it has things like fixation, obsession, self-sabotage. So it's one of those things where, you can't let it run absolutely everything, because there are some things where, emotions play a bigger part. There are some instances where, You know, if your mind just sort of throws up its hands like, I don't really know what to do here, the instincts can kind of take over then. So it's one of those, you have to find the balance, because this is causing an inner struggle. This is causing a conflict within. Seek wisdom through life experiences. You have been through stuff. So what wisdom have you taken from these things? Other than other than the acknowledgement of the kind of strength it took to overcome those things in the first place, and the strength you have now. It's one of those things. So, you know, it's not even step into your power. This is one of those, you need to acknowledge that you have it in the first place. You can't step into it unless you know it's there. Unless you really, again, finding the truth, facing the truth. Unless you face the truth that you are more capable and more powerful and more determined and more focused than a lot of people. And you have been through things, so that just makes you that much more capable. But you find the balance here. You see who wins out. And again, if you let instincts become, if you divulge more energy to your instincts, your instinctual side, if you give more effort in trusting yourself, which is not easy, it is a challenge, but if you do so, you find at the end of the day, you're going to weather through this. This month will be weathered through just fine, and as a result, you'll come out with more inner knowledge, wisdom, power, just good things in general. And this is in all aspects. Everything improves if you can do this battle and really be thoughtful on how you decide to move forward. Will you decide to let this corner win, where it's just fixation on the past and not letting things go, and this sort of cycle of non-clear, further getting negative down the rabbit hole kind of side? Or are you going to trust your instincts a little more and not let just the intellect reign supreme? Instincts this month, what I'm seeing, are what is going to bring the positive things, are what is going to bring these kinds of, you know, you gain fresh perspective, you see a clearer path forward. And at the end of the day, the Seven of Cups reversed, that's what it's saying. Not only you face the truth, but you are sweeping out the cobwebs of, you know, miscommunication, not understanding, the haziness, the muddying of waters that the brain can oftentimes do when it's fixated on something, when it's obsessed, when it's playing things over and over and over again in their mind. Your instincts are not wanting to go down that rabbit hole. Your instincts are wanting to press on. Your instincts are wanting to move forward. Your instincts are demanding an audience with you in terms of, hey, did you forget how strong you are? Did you forget how powerful you actually can be when you listen to yourself, when you really trust and have faith in yourself? So it's a good aspect for the month, I say, because at the end of the day, even though there's conflict, even though this little battle has to go on inward, or I should say internally, the result is not only internal reward, but also external reward. Again, it's eighth coin, so material gain is aspected, but it's not just about that. It's having a fresh perspective, having a more positive outlook, having the commitment to your path forward in all things, in all aspects, the commitment to be present versus fixation on the past. Like I said, it's good to go to the past to gain wisdom and knowledge and, you know, insight through your experiences, but, you know, at the end of the day, you don't want to be stuck in a place of fixation. You have to trust your gut. You have to trust your inner self to be able to press you forwards when the mind is incapable of doing so on its own. And that's what I'm seeing this month. The mind is not in a position to make all the decisions or have the heavier weighted vote in the decisions that you make this month. So good things coming this month, but this inner conflict needs, excuse me, this inner conflict needs to happen. But it's good because we let sleeping dogs lie. The mind is kind of put in its place. You know, it's kind of put in that you do have a weighted vote. You do have, you know, your importance. You have your place. But so too does instincts. So too does faith in self. the real deep-rooted belief in your strength and your endurance and capability of making whatever decisions you need to make, of moving forward through this month however you need to. But it just needs to be in a more balanced, more, you know, your instincts are standing up for themselves is what's happening this month. They want to be heard. They request an audience, and I suggest you, you know, oblige and listen more to yourself. Because at the end of the day, that's what I'm getting here. Any action forward, any action that's going to determine further destiny for you, your instincts need to have a weighted vote as well. It's not just an intellectual decision. And at the end of the day, if you find this balance, if you find a voice for your instincts again, although it's a challenge, you will see at the end of the day you are gifted with many things, internal and external. So tap into that untapped wisdom that you got going on. Think about your life experiences. Put perspective on it. Yeah, so that is the Leo monthly read. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for tuning in. And I will see you guys next time. Auf Wiedersehen.